What's up guys, today I'm going to be sharing my experience with bad teachers that I've had to deal with. So I remember in my third grade year, I think I was probably 8 years old around that time. I was still in elementary school. I had one teacher for each subject. I would sit in like one room for the entire school day. And my teacher, who we'll just call Miss Miller, she was just an asshole for no reason at all. I really don't know why to this day. But anyways, back then, my attendance was almost perfect. I would never miss a day, like ever. Nowadays, I'll go like a week or two straight without showing up. But that's besides the point. I remember I missed only one day of school because I wasn't feeling good. I think I like threw up or some shit like the night before. But I missed one day of school. When I pulled up to school the next day, Miss Miller gave me sort of a dirty look when I walked in. But I sat down, and right when school ended, she told me to stay after class. So I did. And she said, "So, how are you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing good." Then she proceeded to ask me multiple, like, personal questions, like what's going on at home, and asking if my mom was, like, taking care of me, like, properly. And in my 8-year-old, small ass, underdeveloped brain, I was thinking, why the hell is she asking me these type of questions? So I asked her, "Why are you asking me these type of questions?" And she says, "Because I didn't show up yesterday." And I was like, "What? You're assuming these things because I didn't show up for one day." And she dropped it and let me go. But the next day, I kid you not, after school, the next day, she called my mom into the school personally without me knowing. And my mom walked in the classroom after everyone left, and Miss Miller proceeded to lie her fucking ass off about my attendance. She went as far as editing the attendance chart, making it look like I missed an entire week of school, which clearly was not fucking true. And even my mom knew that wasn't true. And she called Miss Miller out for that and was like, that is not true at all, and you need to fix that right now. And Miss Miller was trying to convince my mom of her bullshit. Like, you can't even make this shit up. My mom called Miss Miller out for asking me like personal, like, life questions because I told her the previous day. I told my mom the previous day, and she was fucking pissed. Eventually, Miss Miller gave me and my mom like a half-ass apology and still didn't change the attendance chart, but yeah, that's just one thing Miss Miller did. But another thing that she did that was fucked up wasn't directly towards me, but my friend. We were sitting down listening to her lectures and filling out her shitty black and white printed dinosaur packets, and my friend Michael sneezed. No big deal, right? Everyone sneezes and no one really looks or gives a shit. But Miss Miller, no, 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 no. She was not having it. She did not appreciate that sneeze whatsoever. She was furious, Hulk angry, and she stopped the entire lecture and walked over to me and my friend's desk, and she said, "Say excuse me, Michael." Michael said, "I'm sorry." And she said, "Say excuse me." And Michael was getting pissed because he said, "How am I supposed to control that, dude?" And Miss Miller said, "You don't call me dude, okay?" And Michael started a back and forth argument with Miss Miller. And I don't remember everything that was said in the argument, but I do know that it didn't last long. And I'm pretty sure Michael got like a referral or fucking detention or some shit for sneezing. Fast forward to my 8th grade year, last year middle school, I had this science teacher who we'll call Miss Jandoo. Miss Jandoo was a character, alright? And she threatens her students with referrals for glancing at the clock, which actually happened. This one girl in my class just glanced over at the clock, checking the time, and Miss Jandoo stopped her, or like her entire lecture, and called her out in front of the entire class, telling her to stop clock watching. I don't know if Miss Jandoo was in a bad mood because it's her fucking 42nd century on planet Earth, or because her old friend Jesus Christ was crucified over 2,000 years ago, but she was pissed and threatened this girl with a referral. And that reminds me of one time she actually threatened me with a referral. Not because I was clock watching, but because I fake punched a backpack. I remember class was about to end, and this guy Jacob told me to fake punch his backpack because he had like clothes in it or some shit. He just had a bunch of shit in his backpack or whatever. So I did, and I didn't actually punch him with force. We were literally just fucking around, and good old Miss Jandoo yelled in front of the entire class my name, and everyone went silent and looked at me, and she said, "Meet me after class." So I did, and she was angry, like she lost her 46 pennies she got from her paycheck or some shit. And she said, "Listen up, bud. You don't put your hands on other students. I will write you a referral the next time this happens. And I said, we were literally just messing around. Like, he told me to. He was okay with it. You can ask him. And I didn't even put my hands on him. I fake punched his backpack. And she was still pissed. And she said, it doesn't matter. I better not see it again. And I just walked away after that. I have multiple stories about Mr. Jandoo, but those are stories for another video. I hope my third grade teacher, Miss Miller, that low-key has a build of a great goblin, is doing great wherever she is. I think she's still teaching and terrorizing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace.